1. Hook, are you burning money on AWS without even realizing it? One mistake can cost startups lakhs. Stick around to find out how to avoid this costly pitfall. 3. The simple explanation: the primary mistake is not leveraging AWS cost management tools. Startups often overlook these resources, leading to uncontrolled spending. You must understand your usage patterns, set budgets, and monitor costs closely. The good news? AWS provides tools to help you rein in those expenses before they spiral out of control. 4. Real-world example: let's consider a startup called TechWave. They launched an innovative app and quickly adopted AWS for their infrastructure. Initially, everything seemed fine. They utilized services like EC2, S3, and Lambda. Within 3 months, their monthly AWS bill soared to 1 rupee and 50 paise lakhs. They hadn't set up budgets or alerts. The founders were shocked. They'd assumed that minimal usage meant minimal costs. After digging deeper, they found that idle EC2 instances were running at all times, costing them 30,000 rupees monthly. S3 storage had amassed over 10 terabytes of data, racking up another 20,000 rupees. Their Lambda functions were invoked over 1 million times, accumulating additional expenses. In total, they lost 3 rupees lakhs in just 1 quarter due to poor cost management. TechWave learned the hard way. They realized they needed a strategy to monitor and control their AWS costs effectively. 5. What to do instead? Here's a straightforward framework to manage your AWS costs wisely. 1. Set up AWS budgets. Go to the AWS Budgets dashboard. Create a budget for your monthly spending. Receive alerts at 80% and 100% of your budget. 2. Enable Cost Explorer. Access the Cost Management Console. Enable Cost Explorer to visualize your spending trends. Set filters for services and tags to identify high-cost areas. 3. Implement resource tagging. Use tags like environment and team. Monitor costs by tag to identify which departments or projects are overspending. 4. Review reserved instances. Analyze your EC2 usage patterns. If you have a steady workload, consider purchasing reserved instances for significant savings. 5. Automate cost control. Use AWS Lambda and CloudWatch to automate shutdowns for idle resources. Schedule EC2 instances to run only during business hours, reducing costs significantly. By following these steps, you can take control of your AWS spending effectively. 6. Common mistakes. 1. Ignoring idle resources. Fix. Regularly audit your EC2 instances and stop or terminate unused instances. Action. Use the AWS Trusted Advisor to get recommendations on underutilized resources. 2. Not monitoring data transfer costs. Fix. Understand data transfer pricing. Action. Use CloudWatch to set alarms for unusual spikes in data transfer, which can be surprisingly costly. 3. Over-provisioning resources. Fix. Start with minimal resources and scale as needed. Action. Analyze usage patterns regularly and adjust resource sizes. 4. Neglecting to use cost allocation tags. Fix. Implement a tagging strategy from day 1. Action. Create a policy for your team on how to tag resources consistently. 5. Failing to enable cost anomaly detection. Fix. Set up alerts for unusual spending patterns. Action. Use AWS budgets to monitor trends and get notified if costs exceed expected thresholds. 7. Quick checklist as you implement your cost management strategy. Keep this checklist handy. Set up AWS budgets and alerts. Enable Cost Explorer for spending analysis. Implement resource tagging for better tracking. Review and adjust reserved instances based on usage. Automate idle resource management with Lambda and CloudWatch. 8. Summary plus CTA and summary. Managing AWS costs is crucial for startups. By utilizing AWS budgets, Cost Explorer, and resource tagging, you can avoid the costly pitfalls that many startups fall into. Remember to regularly audit your resources and monitor your spending. If you found this information helpful, comment below with your experiences or questions. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical AWS tips that can save your startup money. Bonus practical tip: if you're unsure what to pick, start with the simplest option that ships today. Then measure for 7 days, latency, errors, deploy time, and cost. Only upgrade when metrics force the decision, not fear.